Epitome of the whole Commonwealth. The center or fundamental laws are first, the agrarian, proportioned at 2,000 pounds a year in land, lying and being within the proper territory of Oceana, and so stating property in land at such a balance that the power can never swerve out of the hands of the many. Secondly, the ballot, conveying this equal sap from the root by an equal election or rotation unto the branches of magistracy or sovereign power. The orbs of this commonwealth, being civil, military, or provincial, are as it were cast upon this mold or center by the divisions of the people. First, into citizens and servants. Secondly, into youth and elders. Thirdly, into such as have 100 pound a year in lands, goods, or moneys, who are of the horse, and such as have under are who are of the foot. Fourthly, by their usual residence into parishes, hundreds, and tribes. The civil orbs consist of the elders, and are thus created. Every Monday next ensuing the last of December, the elders in every parish elect the fifth man to be a deputy, half a day's work. Every Monday next ensuing the last of January, the deputies meet at their respective hundred, and elect out of their number one justice of the peace, one juryman, one coroner, and one high constable of the foot. 1 day's work. Every Monday next ensuing the last of February, the hundreds meet at their respective tribe, and there elect the Lords High Sheriff, Lieutenant, Custos Rotulorum, the conductor, the two censors, out of the horse, the magistrates of the tribe and of the hundreds, with the jurymen constituting the filarch, assist in their respective offices at the assizes, hold the quarter sessions, etc. The day following, the tribe elects the annual galaxy, consisting of 2 knights and 3 deputies out of the horse, with 4 deputies of the foot, thereby endued with power as magistrates of the whole nation for the term of 3 years. An officer chosen at the 100 may not be elected a magistrate of the tribe, but a magistrate or officer either of the 100 or of the tribe being elected into the galaxy may substitute any one of his own order unto his magistracy or office in the 100 or in the tribe. This of the muster is 2 days' work, so the body of the people is annually at the charge of 3 days' work and a half in their own tribes, for the perpetuation of their power, receiving over and above the magistracy so divided among them. Every Monday next ensuing the last of March, the knights, being 100 in all the tribes, take their places in the Senate. The knights, having taken their places in the Senate, make the third region of the same, and the House proceeds unto the senatorian elections. Senatorian elections are annual, biennial, or emergent. The annual are performed by the tropic. The tropic is a schedule consisting of 2 parts. The first, by which the senatorian magistrates are elected. The second, by which the senatorian councils are perpetuated. The first part is of this tenor: the Lord Strategos, the Lord Orator, the first censor, the second censor, annual magistrates, and therefore such as may be elected out of any region, the term of every region having at the tropic 1 year at the least unexpired. The third commissioner of the seal, the third commissioner of the treasury, triennial magistrates, and therefore such as can be chosen out of the third region only, as that alone which hath the term of 3 years unexpired. The strategos and the orator sitting are consuls or presidents of the Senate. The strategos marching is general of the army, in which case a new strategos is elected to sit in his room. The strategos sitting with the 6 commissioners, being counselors of the nation, are the signori of the commonwealth. The censors are magistrates of the ballot, presidents of the Council for Religion, and chancellors of the universities. The second part of the Tropic perpetuateth the Council of State, by the election of 5 knights out of the first region of the Senate, to be the first region of that council, consisting of 15 knights, 5 in every region. The like is done by the election of 4 into the Council of Religion, and 4 into the Council of Trade, out of the same region of the Senate. Each of these councils consisting of 12 knights, 4 in every region. By the Council of War, consisting of 9 knights, 3 in every region, is elected by and out of the Council of State, as the other councils are elected by and out of the Senate. And if the Senate add a junta of 9 knights more, elected out of their own number for the term of 3 months, the Council of War, by virtue of that addition, is dictator of Oceana for the said term. The Signory, jointly or severally, hath right of session and suffrage in every senatorian council, and to propose either unto the Senate or any of them, and every region in a council electing 1 weekly provost. Any 2 of those provosts have power also to propose unto their respective council as the proper and peculiar proposers of the same, for which cause they hold an academy, where any man, either by word or mouth or writing, may propose unto the proposers. Next unto the elections of the Tropic is the biennial election of 1 ambassador in ordinary, by the ballot of the House, unto the residence of France, at which time the resident of France removes to Spain, he of Spain to Venice, he of Venice to Constantinople, and he of Constantinople returns. So the orb of the residence is wheeled about in 8 years by the biennial election of 1 ambassador in ordinary. The last kind of election is emergent. Emergent elections are made by the scrutiny. Election by the scrutiny is when a competitor being made by a council and brought into the Senate chooseth 4 more competitors unto him, and putting all the 5 unto the ballot, he who hath most above half the suffrages is the magistrate. The polemarchs, or field officers, are chosen by the scrutiny of the Council of War. An ambassador extraordinary by the scrutiny of the Council of State. The judges and sergeants at law by the scrutiny of the seal, and the barons and prime officers of the exchequer by the scrutiny of the treasury. The opinion or opinions that are legitimately proposed unto any council must be debated by the same, and so many as are resolved upon the debate are introduced into the Senate, where they are debated and resolved or is rejected by the whole House. That which is resolved by the Senate is a decree which is good in matter of state, but no law except it be proposed unto and resolved by the prerogative. The deputies of the galaxy, being 3 horse and 4 foot in a tribe, amount in all the tribes unto 150 horse and 200 foot, which, having entered the prerogative and chosen their captains, cornet, and ensign, triennial officers, make the 3rd classis, consisting of 1 troop and 1 company, and so joining with the whole prerogative, elect 4 annual magistrates called tribunes, whereof 2 are of the horse and 2 of the foot. These have the command of the prerogative sessions, and suffrage in the Council of War, and sessions without suffrage in the Senate. The Senate having passed a decree which they would propose unto the people, cause it to be printed and published or promulgated for the space of 6 weeks, which being ordered, they choose their proposers. The proposers must be magistrates, that is, the commissioners of the seal, those of the treasury, or the censors. These being chosen, desire the muster of the tribunes, and appoint the day. The people being assembled at the day appointed, and the decree proposed, that which is proposed by authority of the Senate and commanded by the people, is the law of Oceana, or an act of Parliament. So the Parliament of Oceana consisteth of the Senate proposing and the people resolving. The people, or prerogative, are also the supreme judicatory of this nation, having power of hearing and determining all causes of appeal from all magistrates or courts, provincial or domestic, as also to question any magistrate, the term of his magistracy being expired, if the case be introduced by the tribunes or any of them. The military orbs consist of the youth, that is, such as are from 18 to 30 years of age, and are thus created. Every Wednesday next ensuing, the last of December, the youth of every parish assembling elect the fifth of their number to be their deputies. The deputies of the youth are called stratiots, and this is the first essay. Every Wednesday next ensuing, the last of January, the stratiots assembling at the 100 elect their captain and their ensign, and fall to their game. Every Wednesday next ensuing, the last of February, the stratiots are received by the Lord Lieutenant, their commander-in-chief, with the conductors and the censors, and having been disciplined and entertained with other games, are called unto the urns, where they elect the second essay, consisting of 200 horse and 600 foot in a tribe, that is, of 10,000 horse and 30,000 foot in all the tribes, which is the standing army of this nation, to march at any warning. They also elect at the same time a part of the third essay, by the mixture of balls marked with the letter M and the letter P for Marpesia and Panopea, they of either mark being 10 horse and 50 foot in a tribe, that is 500 horse and 2,000 foot in all the tribes, which are forthwith to march to their respective provinces. But the third essay of this nation, more properly so called, is when the strategist with the polemarchs, the Senate and the people, or the dictator having decreed a war, receive in return of his warrants the second essay from the hands of the conductors at the rendezvous of Oceana, which army marching with all accommodations provided by the council of war, the Senate elects a new strategist, and lords lieutenants a new second essay. A youth, except he be an only son, refusing any one of his three essays without sufficient cause shown unto the phylarch of the censors, is incapable of magistracy, and is fined a fifth part of his yearly rent or of his estate for protection. In case of invasion, the elders are obliged unto like duty with the youth and upon their own charge. The provincial orb, consisting in part of the elders and in part of the youth, is thus created. A youth, except he be an only son, refusing any one of his three essays without sufficient cause shown unto the phylarch or the censors, is incapable of magistracy, and is fined a fifth part of his yearly rent or of his estate for protection. In case of invasion, the elders are obliged unto like duty with the youth and upon their own charge. The provincial orb, consisting in part of the elders and in part of the youth, is thus created. 4 knights out of the first region falling are elected in the Senate to be the first region of the provincial orb of Marpesia. These, being triennial magistrates, take their places in the provincial council, consisting of 12 knights, 4 in every region, each region choosing their weekly provost. Of the council thus constituted, 1 knight more, chosen out of the same region in the Senate, being an annual magistrate, is president with power to propose, and the opinions proposed by the president or any 2 of the provost are debated by the council, and if occasion be of farther power or instruction than they yet have, transmitted into the council of state, with which the provincial is to hold intelligence. The president of this council is also strategist or general of the provincial army, wherefore the conductors, upon notice of his election and appointment of his rendezvous, deliver unto him the stratiots of his letter, which he takes with him into his province. And the provincial army, having received the new strategist with the third classis, the council dismisseth the old strategist with the first classis. The like is done for Panopea or any other province. But whereas the term of every other magistracy or election in this commonwealth, whether annual or triennial, requireth an equal vacation, the term of a provincial councillor or magistrate requireth no vacation at all. The quorum of a provincial, as also that of every other council and assembly, requireth 2/3 in a time of health, and 1/3 in a time of sickness. Insula portum efficit objectu laturum, geminimique minantur in caelum scopuli, quorum suo vertice late, e cora tuta silent.